Alright. I want to make this video about something I've been thinking about for the past few days because I've been connecting with my inner child, and it's kind of brought back some memories of things that I thought of when I was a child, and that is things that I wanted to be when I grew up. And I don't know how many I'm gonna actually say because I can't remember exactly how many things I actually wanted to be, but I do want to mention a few of them. And one of the first things I wanted to be when I was younger was I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to draw. So I think one of the first things that I did was I drew. Um, I might be telling my age, but that's all right. I don't even care. I drew like a Ninja Turtle, and I drew it like, I guess I drew it really well because my aunts and my grandmother and my cousins, they really like were impressed with my drawing. Um, and it just really made me excited. I really like the idea of somebody liking something that I created, that I thought of. Well, I didn't necessarily think of the Ninja Turtles, but I thought of like how to draw it and how to construct the actual image of the Ninja Turtle when it comes to my interpretation of it. I think it's a better way of saying it. I think it's complicated in a way of saying it, but I think that's how the best way to describe it. I don't know why I said it like that though. But anyway, but yeah, I love the idea that they liked something that I created, something that I took my energy and put into creating. And I thought that was like really cool. So I wanted to be an artist as the first thing I wanted to be when I grew up. Um, the second thing I wanted to be, I don't know if this is actually in order, so I'm gonna say it like I'm gonna just say it anyway. I wanted to be a lawyer, and I don't know where the idea of being a lawyer actually came from, but I knew like at a young age that I wanted to be a lawyer, and that lawyers were like just interesting people. They were like really intelligent, and they just took care of people. They helped people out, and I think that's what I kind of like attracted to, the idea of helping people out when it comes to the law. I don't know if I necessarily knew that they were helping people out in that way, but I think that's what I connected to, the idea of helping people out. And I like the idea that they were really intelligent. I think that's what it was. The fact that they were really intelligent is what I connected to. I will say that because I think that's what I connected to first. I think now, being older, I think I want to say that I connected to the idea of helping people out because that's who I am now. But when I was younger, it was the idea of being really intelligent and really knowing how to carry oneself that I really connected to. Which is weird because it's extremely different from wanting to be an artist, someone who is, not necessarily taken serious or taking life serious as a lawyer would. Because a lawyer, naturally, you assume that they are very serious people and they don't know how to have fun, or they don't have an artistic side because they are logical and they think with a different part of their brain the majority of the time. And it's just weird that I went from wanting to be a artist, someone who draws, to wanting to study the law and be like seen as someone who's extremely intelligent and distinguished and all these other things, sophisticated. But another thing I wanted to be, and this is something that I wanted to be as I kind of got a little bit older, was I wanted to be like a singer, but not just no. It's not necessarily old. I think it's around the same time. I think it's around the same time. I wanted to be a singer, and I never forget like one of the first times that I really noticed that I liked the idea of singing or becoming a singer or being a singer was when I heard Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You." But I'm pretty sure everybody has like a story like that where they heard that particular song, and they wanted to be a singer, or she inspired them in a way to want to sing. And it was just singing that song, just like it's so much emotion and so much, I don't know. It's just something that really connects me with that song, and I love it. And I love the idea of being able to sing in that way, that draws people in, that inspires people, that makes them feel something. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to be that person that did that for somebody, like to draw them in and to make them feel something. But as I got older, what I wanted to do was more so be like a background singer, because I didn't necessarily want to be the person in the front. I wanted to be the person that was able to kind of be free to like play with certain, sounds, and do things that the actual singer, the star, doesn't necessarily do in a live performance, unless you're like Beyonce or somebody like that. But typically, background singers have more freedom, in my opinion. They have more freedom to play around, because they're not stuck singing, or not stuck. I don't want to say stuck. They're not required to sing the lead part. They don't have to sing the actual words to the song. They can sing ad libs, and I just love the freedom in doing that, being able to weave into like the lead role a little bit, and then also being able to go into the background and to kind of play around with your voice. And I love the idea of doing that. So when I got a little bit older, I kind of wanted to do like be a background singer, but I never actually took actual singing lessons. I can sing maybe a little bit, a little bit. In my opinion, I can sing a little bit, and I love singing, but it's not something that I actually pursued. Now, I will say, still, I love it, but it's not something that I actually pursued. Another thing that I wanted to be was a writer. And it's something that's stayed with me over the years, even though I will say all of them pretty much stayed with me over the years. But writing has stayed with me over the years because it's something that I've done continuously. And it's something that I still do to this day, is I write. And I recently got back into it, writing poetry and just allowing thoughts to appear on page, like kind of like unconsciously and without judgment. And it's like the coolest way to express yourself, like to just let go and to allow all the thoughts that you have to come out and to be seen on page, and to construct something like magical, something poetic, something that tells a story out of the stream of consciousness that exists within you or around you, because consciousness is not just necessarily in you, it's all around you. Everything that you see is consciousness. But that's another story. We won't get into that today. But yeah, it's just like really cool to be able to like bring thoughts from the unseen into the physical via like putting them down on page and allowing yourself to see your thoughts, regardless of what they are. Like it could be like the page is white, the lines are this, the lines are this. It could be anything. As long as you putting it down on paper, it's still like bringing it to the physical. And it's just like a really cool concept that I'm able to be a part of, because I take a class actually on Wednesdays. It's like a writing. Well, it's not necessarily a class. Well, it is a class. It's a class that I take on Wednesdays, and we do it's like a late night poetry session. And the way we do it is basically what I just described, but it's like a really cool way to express yourself. And I'm glad that I decided to take the class initially, because I didn't know what to expect, and I hadn't written in years at that point. But it was something that really allowed me to open up to expression that I wasn't necessarily what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't necessarily allowing myself to express in that way, or allowed to express in that way, because I didn't know how to express myself that way. But it was very eye opening, and it was a very great learning experience. And I appreciate the fact that I was able to learn that, and I really appreciate continuously like learning from this class. I mean, not just because the class is very much freestyle. Like you're basically doing it to express yourself, but you're teaching. Well, to me, this is how I take it. You're teaching yourself things about yourself. You're teaching yourself expression, or you're learning expression, and you're because at the end of the class we say what we've written down. We have the choice to say what we've written down. And on each occasion, like initially I was kind of like nervous, because I'm not used to someone seeing, or rather listening to my words, because the thoughts, again, like I said, they're very private, and I'm not used to someone hearing my words like that. And to have them hear my words and to appreciate them is like very, it's a very great feeling. And I encourage anybody to like share their words, and to write their words, whatever way suits you. Like, but I encourage you to express yourself and to show people what is inside of you, because it's very important. And it feels very great, because especially when they come from a position of non-judgment, it feels so great. I don't know, like I would love to give somebody that experience, for them to express themselves and to not be judged by it. And that's what the class has given me. See, I feel like I spent a lot of time on the writing portion, but it's something that I really love, and it's something that I really can say has allowed me to express in a way that I haven't expressed in a while, and I love it. But that's I think that's pretty much it. And something else I wanted to kind of say, that when I was younger, I kind of wanted to be like a model. Like this is like when I was like in college, or maybe even before then, maybe high school, college. I wanted to be like a model, but I also wanted to be a photographer. All right. In college, I wanted to be both, but I've always had like this interest in fashion, and I love dressing nice, and I love looking nice, but I love colorful things, and I love like different eccentric like accessories and things like that, and just like different ways of dressing and expressing myself and presenting myself to the world, because I think it's fun to be able to put on clothes and to look a certain way. But I don't do it for people to look at me so much as I do it because it feels good to me. And that's one of the things that I think I disconnected from when it came to the idea of actually pursuing being a model. But my love of wearing clothes and fashion, when I will say this, I love fashion, but I'm not deep into fashion like some people are into fashion. I just love doing like different stuff, like whether it be like wearing something a certain way or wearing certain things. Like I love that aspect of it. And I think that's like what's cool, like being able to do certain things or with different objects, whether it be a shirt or bracelet or glasses or whatever. But yeah, I just really wanted to be able to do that when I was a certain age that I don't really recall what age it was that I initially thought of it. But yeah, but also I wanted to be like a photographer, and that's something I still love doing to this day is like taking pictures. But of things like I like taking pictures of myself, but I love taking pictures of objects, of like nature, and of it's just like objects. Like it could be anything. Like flowers. I used to love posting pictures of flowers on my Instagram, but I haven't done it in a while. But I love flowers. Like I have plants even in my house. Like I take pictures of and I love. But I love taking pictures, and it's something that I've always like kind of wanted to pursue, which I'm actually getting the opportunity to pursue now. And like I haven't had the opportunity to really take pictures of, well, take that many pictures of people. Like I don't get enough practice doing that, but I'm going to start doing that pretty soon as well. Like taking pictures of people and like seeing how I can grow in that aspect of photography. But I love photography as well. Like that is something that, excuse me, that I love. And I love editing pictures as well. Like I'm learning to edit pictures, but I love editing pictures. Like I can spend like hours doing that. Like just seeing like the different ways like pictures can look. Like it could be like the most like simplest thing. Like but once you get to that editing phase, like you can turn it into something even better. Like you can enhance it, and you can make it even better than it is. Like I take some really like dope pictures. I take good pictures, but like when I get to that editing, like it's like the coolest thing. Like I don't know, it's you can change like the way certain things look, but it makes it better. I don't know. It's just it's I love editing. That's just all I had to say about that. But yeah. One more thing that I wanted to be, which is something that I'm kind of doing now, is I wanted to be an investor. This actually came from listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad, which a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, kind of change their mindset after hearing that book or whatever, because I listened to it on audiobook. But I wanted to be an investor, and it's just something that I really I'm learning to do it now, but I'm glad I'm learning to do it now. Like I don't think I would have had the maturity. No, I don't think I would have had the focus that I have now, and I've allowed myself to mature over time to be able to focus and to actually study what I've been wanting to learn for years, and I love the fact that I'm studying it now, and I'm actually able to put into action things that I wanted to do for years. And investing is like one of the coolest things, because what initially happened was I initially started investing in myself with like little things, like the way I eat, the way I spend money, the way I learn things. Like, because investing in yourself is learning things too, like teaching yourself something, allowing yourself to gain more knowledge about things that you appreciate, things that you love, or things that you love doing, like your interests. Like when you put money into that, when you put money or time into that, you are investing in yourself. And that's a very great feeling, like when you invest in yourself and you see like the time and money that you're investing actually grow. Like when you see your investment grow, it's like a fulfilling feeling. Like anybody that's actually like, if like, take for instance somebody, learning like something in class, and you're not necessarily sure of what it is that you're learning in the class, but once you get past the a few lessons and you start to see like results, you start to see like what the class is actually teaching you and what you're learning in the class, you start to like get a level of appreciation, and that level of appreciation is something that you can't necessarily describe to someone else. It's something that they have to experience for themselves. So I encourage anybody who wants to like do anything, put energy and time, put energy, time, and money into anything that you want to do, and watch how much you grow in your level of appreciation and how it feels. And it's nothing like it. And I'm glad that I've been able to do that over these past few months. But these are just like a few things that I've wanted to do when I was younger, and I'm glad that I'm actually doing them now. Like most of them, because I'm not actually singing right now, but who knows? I may be doing that too. But I'm actually I'm actually putting time, energy, and money into all the things that I wanted to do when I was younger, and it's actually helping my inner child, because my inner child is restless. Like my inner child wants to do things that me as my adult self doesn't necessarily or wasn't necessarily listening to. Because why? Because I had to focus on other things. I had to focus on survival. I had to focus on all these things that aren't necessarily things that I needed to stress about anyway. It's things that would have happened for me anyway. Like I would have always been taken care of, because that's the type of person I am. I would have taken care of myself as I'm taking care of myself now. So I had nothing to worry about. And I'm glad that I'm actually able to do things that I love and please my inner child, like, and watch my inner child play and have fun. And that's what it's about. It's about having fun. You're supposed to learn, but learning is not supposed to be boring, nor is life supposed to be boring. You're supposed to have fun. And that's what I've been doing. I've been having fun and enjoying life. And there's nothing like it. So I encourage anybody who's listening to this, anybody who I encounter, whatever, I encourage you to do things that you wanted to do when you were younger. Do things that be the person that you wanted to be when you were younger. The person that you wanted to grow up to be. Be that person. And watch how your life becomes happier, and watch how things change. Everything is going to feel different once you start doing things that you've always wanted to do. You watch how your life change. It'll change almost instantly. Like I'm happy right now. I'm kind of tripping over my words because I got a lot on my mind, but I hope what I'm saying is understood, and I hope that you're having a good day. And I love you. Love and light. And I want to say, yeah, that's it.